want to talk about this Paulie Shore thing because
it's aggravating.
Why, Craig? Why do you say that?
Unless it's a blatant ripoff on purpose, or
What?
he doesn't think he's original here, right?
Rip off? What do you mean? Paulie Shore had the 2 presidential candidates on his podcast. Isn't that really cool?
No, it's not. It was really poorly done.
No, Craig, you're wrong. No show has ever done this. I mean, maybe way back in the day, but certainly not in the last 3 months.
With the top comic playing one of the characters?
No, you're wrong. There's no way this has ever happened. So a couple months ago, or maybe a couple weeks ago, I guess, I hopped on DJ ELECTRA's show, Catch 22.
Mm-hmm.
And she introduced me to Paulie Shore's podcast. And boy, is it a disaster.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like he's trying to recreate like public access shows. If that's the bit, then he is doing a good job. Like if he wants this to be like Wayne's World, basically.
Yep.
Then I guess he's pulling it off because it seems like a mess. Like let's just see the intro here.
Well, at least Wayne and Garth had original thought.
Well, that's up for debate. But let's see the intro here. Like he's got a band. I think there's supposed to be a studio audience. I don't know what this is. It's very confusing.
Yeah, it's the Kill Paulie band.
Is there a blind guy on the? No, but here's what's different, Craig.
Mm-hmm.
So one time I saw he had a guest on, and the guest was like, I'm really good at guitar or drums rather, and Paulie was like, "You're good at drums. What if we had a drum off?"
I don't like this.
No. So, anyways, Paulie Shore, he does the PMS podcast where everyone gets one minute until you hear the sound of a kitten, and then.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the PMS podcast show with Paulie Shore. Hey, Craig, what do we got going on today?
We got politicians.
We got politicians. What's going on with those coconuts?
Yeah, one's bigger than the other.
Okay. Nicole, what else we got today?
We got politicians.
More politicians? Joel, what else we got?
Oh, we got music, dude.
Oh, I love it. Well, are you guys ready for the host?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, here.
It's like Paulie was like, "Oh, Hinchcliffe and Heidecker are fighting. Let's make a show that's both of them."
Yes, that it is kind of a mishmash of the two. Like, I don't know what this is. Like I said, I think the best analogy is it's supposed to be like a recreation of Wayne's World or something. But I don't know if Paulie's the guy to pull that off. I found Paulie Shore to be a nightmare on podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind him.
Compton.
Yeah, like that was terrible.
Uh-huh. Like
sometimes he's okay. Like he was okay on Story Wars, even though it was kind of got in the way that he didn't know the rules and all this shit.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, Paulie Shore, like, I just don't get the bit of like, I'm so out of it, man. Isn't that funny? I never know what's going on.
HACKRIDE says this show has big HACKRIDE energy.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Which is why I thought it was funny that even Casey and DJ ELECTRA were like, look at this horse shit. So, yeah, there's just a lot going on, and you don't know why. Like, the people he has on, I guess it's funny that they're kind of weird, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's the joke there. And then before we get into the meat of this, I think, what is this next clip? The ad?
Yeah, is this real?
So, yeah, is this real, or is it like you said, a Tim and Eric? It feels like an Adult Swim kind of thing. Is it a real advertiser?
I'll have to watch it again. I'm not sure.
Let's find out.
I can't imagine, because this episode had like 3,000 views yesterday.
Well, let's see.
I love sparklers. They provide our confetti, our poppers for our PMS podcast show. They're the best. Please tell people to go to ilovesparklers.com. And you can use code Paulie for 5% off. That's right, code Paulie for 5% off. And this also includes an extra 5% off for any ongoing sale. please, guys, just go to ilovesparklers.com.
It's a bizarre product.
It is real.
Okay, interesting.
Mhm.
So, like, does Paulie Shore call ilovesparklers.com? How does that work?
I just went to ilovesparklers.com and it is actually there.
Well, it's ridiculous, but it also reminded me that I forgot to tell you about j37shop.com.
And I forgot to tell you to talk about it.
So, hit up j37shop.com because my boy Joe from Virginia is back this week. He's one of the Havre de Grace 6. You're supporting a gearhead who suffered through. Let me tell you about Joe from Virginia. If you go to j37shop.com, you're supporting a guy that sat through not just Tom Myers, but the horror that Dat fan introduced to us. This is a survivor. So support Joe from Virginia. Go to j37shop.com. And Joe told me to tell you fine folks, products are updated daily. So every day, according to Joe. Now, quite frankly, I'm not sure I trust this. So what I'm suggesting you guys do is go to j37shop.com every day. And if Joe isn't updating that thing daily, I want him to respond. So call Joe out. Go to j37shop.com every day and make sure that Joe is sticking to his word.
Yeah, I got the website on the screen right now. You can go buy Spice World right now.
Is it different from the last time you were there?
It does actually look like it's in a different order.
Okay, all right.
There's a Furby. I didn't see a Furby last time.
That actually is kind of cool. Yeah, go to j37shop.com. They've got electronics, toys, obviously, games, DVDs, Blu-rays, all kinds of collectibles. Stuff you didn't even know you needed. So go to j37shop.com, peruse, and you can use promo code BLINDMIKE at checkout to save 10%. So save a few bucks. Use my name, code BLINDMIKE, at checkout at j37shop.com. You're supporting a gearhead, you're supporting the show, and you're getting something cool that you might like. So check out j37shop.com. Keep going back to the website. Make sure Joe updates it every day. It'll be great if he messages me and he's like, I was lying about the updating it every day thing. You really, you fucked me.
Help Joe hit the goal today.
Oh, that's right. Guys, you want to help Joe hit the goal, then go to j37shop.com and buy something. See what you like there. Promo code BLINDMIKE.
Someone just said listening to Dat fan should be hazard pay.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. We gotta kick up to this guy. The poor bastard.
HACKRIDE. I shop at J37. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, good. That's a good endorsement.
But next we have Trump.
Okay, so this is where we get pretty cool with old Paulie Shore.
Original thought.
This is really cool. I thought to myself, man, I'd like to. Comedy hasn't done a lot with the presidential race here. You know, we're in October. Maybe I would like to leave it up to a podcaster to do something to kind of comment on the political landscape right now in America. What if a podcast had Donald Trump on? Wouldn't that be something? So Rogan wasn't the only one who had Trump on this week. Paulie Shore had him as well. So let's see old Donnie on the PMS podcast. This is a big deal.
Gentleman all the way from, I guess he's from Mar-a-Lago. Yeah. Mar-a-Lago from New York. He's been on the run from the feds, and he's also been doing a lot of rallies lately, but he's still there and he's still in the mix. Wow. And he's here tonight to this afternoon here. And
seems like Paulie is really curious intellectually about politics.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like he is really the guy to do that. It's not just like he saw an opportunity to rip something off and use it for clicks in a title.
Mm-hmm.
He really is like curious about this and interested. You can tell from that. Hey, this guy is on the run from Mar-a-Lago. It's just like he Wikipedia'd Trump, basically. How can you not? Donald Trump is talked about so often. How can you not just come up with something original about him? You know what I mean? Like some original thought that Paulie had. You should be able to manifest one, even if you barely follow politics. But Paulie has no actual interest in doing this. He just saw, and I saw this recently, Tony Hinchcliffe talking about it. I guess the Shane Gillis, Adam Ray, Trump-Biden episode of Kill Tony had like 2.5 billion watch hours or something. Like the most watched thing in YouTube history.
Jesus.
Like, Tony was saying that based on the analytics, it wasn't just that people like clicked on it for 30 seconds and it has millions of views.
Mhm.
People watched the entire thing. Anyone that paused it would go back to it and watch the rest of it. Some people watched it 2 or 3 times.
That would
Like,
be me.
As
Yep.
far as watch hours, it's the biggest podcast in YouTube history. And Paulie said, well, every great first deserves a sequel.
Like him, he's running for president. Khalif, I'm sorry, I'm just saying we don't have a choice. Ladies and gentlemen, the real Donald Trump, ladies and gentlemen, is here. Real Donald Trump.
I'm glad he said the real Donald Trump. I bet this is the real guy that comes out.
Yeah, and he brings a whore with him.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
This takes a while. We could probably skip ahead 10 seconds.
And they have gay dudes in dresses dancing on him.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's unique. Tony didn't do that.
He didn't. But Donald Trump, I think, liked Shane's lines because he
What
says,
do you think?
yeah, I think so.
Wow.
Yeah, it's funny. I was scratching my head. Donald Trump gets out there, and I'm thinking, I feel like I can't put my finger on it. I feel like I may have heard this. You know what? It's probably something the real Donald Trump said. So obviously, a good impressionist would take from that and sort of make it his own.
That's right.
Thank you.
I love a standing ovation.
Thank you.
This guy's good.
Give me a standing ovation. I call that a standing ovulation.
Wow.
Is that Donald?
That's him.
By the way, Casey Day, do you see how annoying the rim shot is? just a little subliminal message here. Listen to who else is using it.
He should have got the air horn that he was using.
I do like that more, if I'm being honest.
So there's a lot of questions we have here.
Oh,
You
I'm
have-
sure. This is quite a place you have here. Is this been condemned or something?
Donald?
Is it safe?
Wow.
Is it safe?
we got the real.
Oh, that we've
fucking
known
Donald
each other
Trump.
for years.
That's pretty crazy.
We've known each other for
And
decades.
is this one of your daughters? What's going
No,
on
this
here?
is my California vagina. Yeah.
Okay, well, does she have a name?
Not even like making an effort. It's just a bat to the head.
Didn't even try.
Not even making an effort towards subtlety. It's just get it. He likes pussy.
Have a name here.
She has the softest skin. I have
So
to
this
tell
is-
you need to hit this when you get the opportunity. It's absolutely fantastic.
She has big coconuts too.
She does have big coconuts.
Okay.
And now, when I was president, all women had big boobs. Under Biden, boobs have gotten smaller.
Right.
But I made sure she has tremendous boobs because I love boobs. I have
Okay,
to tell
well,
you something.
does she have a name? Can you-
Holy fuck.
It's just, I think the most like popular line from the Kill Tony episode was Mexican tits, big fentanyl tits.
Yeah. Or
Why
the
would you
tits are
start?
real.
If you're doing this, why would you start by making it so obvious that you watched the Kill Tony episode?
Right off the bat, too. Like it's. Oh.
Do we have any other fun Trump before our next surprise guest gets out here?
think, Chrissy, why do you think the polls are so close between your is this your boyfriend or is your what is he your
Sugar daddy.
mischief? What's it called?
He's my lover.
Your lover.
Yeah.
So why is it so close with Kamala and your lover? The polls.
I think a lot of people think that he's sexy. So
Sexy?
so maybe that's why.
Yeah.
Sexist, maybe.
Yeah.
So hold on. You're treating it like you're nailing the real Donald Trump?
Yeah, the gay guy was like, he's
That's-
sexist, maybe.
That's the approach you're taking? Is like, oh, we could we have Trump on, so we could really crucify him. Like, no. Have a little fun with it. You know?
This is
What a-
so bad.
What a horribly done piece of thievery this is. And Paulie Shore was on Kill Tony this summer. You know what I mean? Like, he's been on fairly recently.
He's been on a few times.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this is our next guest.
Okay, well, you guys are thinking, Mike, why you... That's crazy. We're in the midst of a presidential race. You think they're ripping off Kill Tony just because they had Donald Trump on? Well, it's more the element of having both presidential candidates that I thought was really trying to capitalize on something.
right. Like I said earlier, we playing both sides here on the PMS podcast show. It's not just Donald Trump. We also have Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
Right.
Woo.
So she's coming out here today. She's the senator, vice president. Khalif, are you excited to see Kamala here in Los Angeles? What's up?
So very excited.
So why don't you go to the center of the room and tell everybody who your favorite candidate is here?
Ladies and gentlemen, my favorite candidate, Kamala Harris.
Again, we could probably skip ahead a little bit here because it takes so fucking long.
This is apparently like a big Asian woman playing Kamala, or Samoan possibly.
Oh, so that's fun, I guess. That's different.
Yep. I guess it's, you don't know what she is, so I guess that's pretty realistic.
That's interesting. I didn't realize it was a big lady.
Nice to see you. Thank you guys for coming here. There you go. All right. There you go.
Very nice.
All right.
Wow.
Sit down.
Guys,
Don't-
be nice.
so-
Come on.
Yeah, yeah.
Stop
Play
fighting,
nice.
please.
It's an awkward handshake.
So thank you.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Okay. Hi.
The Kamala is better than the Trump, I think. If we're grading impressions.
Yeah.
Kamala Harris.
Hi.
Hold on, go back a second. You know how all good impressions. Like, you know how Shane Gillis came out on Kill Tony and was like, "I'm Donald Trump. You know me. I'm the president of the United States."
Mm-hmm.
And then Adam Ray, of course, came out and was like, "I'm Joe Biden." It's like, yeah, no. We knew by like we understood who it was.
I will say, looking at this Donald Trump guy, I would know what he was doing. This lady, I would have no idea.
That's fair.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Okay. Hi. I'm Kamala Harris.
Hi.
You don't have to.
You were just introduced.
Yeah, Kamala Harris.
I think he even did. He just say like you don't have to say that.
Yeah.
Even he's like, this just sucks.
This is they had nothing prepared other than, hey, we should have Trump and Kamala on because maybe that'll get like views or whatever. But they had no. Paulie Shore doesn't give a fuck about this. They just let the impressionists go off, and Paulie Shore is like, hey, the economy, pretty crazy, huh? How about that economy? It's like, boy, you really did your research for this, Paulie.
Good debate.
Right there.
Let's have a good debate.
Good
All right.
debate. Good
We're
debate.
not really debating. We're just
Right.
it's just a talk show.
Right.
First of all, just like I said to Trump, you are the real Kamala Harris. You're not a lookalike.
I am not a lookalike. Okay.
Because there's a
I'm the real deal.
So they're just like acknowledging.
Yep.
They're like, oh, hey, you're really Kamala Harris, and she's like, don't I look like her? Yeah,
You have to laugh again so you know it's me.
good stuff.
This is-
But this is like, so what was interesting about Kill Tony is these guys, first of all, Adam Ray and Shane Gillis know the show, so they know how to contribute to it.
Mhm.
And they still did the episode of Kill Tony, and these two guys were the judges.
Right.
It wasn't Tony like, all right, you two make magic. I'm just going to sit here and sip my beverage.
Right. Because like
You know what I
worst
mean?
case, if Shane and Adam Ray bombed, it's like they still just do the Kill Tony show.
The other big difference is Shane and Adam Ray are both good at that. Like Shane could have said, if you made Shane sit out there by himself as Trump for an hour, he probably could have made that funny. So like those guys were good at. Paulie's like, hey, you two take the ball. I'm just gonna say buzzwords like economy every once in a while. I'm gonna say yes, assassination attempt, and let you guys take the ball and run with it.
This next clip is just called Quite a Parody, so you can imagine how great it is.
So, like, I'm watching this and I'm like, this is what you're doing with it? You're treating it like you have Trump on? Like, why?
I'm
That's
bringing
it.
people
You're black,
together.
you're Indian, and you have a Jewish husband. I can't compete with that.
I know.
So Trump, she does check all the boxes. You just check the Aryan Nation box.
Well,
And
that's
your girlfriend.
and my girlfriends too. But the thing was, she wasn't black until recently.
That's not true either.
No, you were an Indian. Then one day you switched to dark mode, and all of a sudden
Dark
you're black.
mode.
Like on
Like
the
on the
Apple
computer. Like on the computer. Like on the
No.
computer.
About
This is like almost exactly how it happened, though.
They're right. They have guys off camera white knighting. They're like, hey, no, that's not true. It's like, we know it's not true. It's a parody. Why are you doing it like this?
Paulie's like, you check the Aryan box.
And that's the weird thing is like, I don't think Paulie's political either way. This is just like, this was just an attempt for people to be like, boy, he really nailed Trump.
Got him.
Like, what's the if you just insult the fake Trump? How is it different than MSNBC? How is it a comedy show?
MSNBC is probably funnier.
Always been mixed race.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I've always been this person. I'm sorry that your brain can't handle two things at once.
So how come you didn't work at an Indian restaurant? Why did you work at McDonald's? Why did you work at an Indian restaurant or a black restaurant?
Oh, wow.
Jesus Christ, Rose.
That's quite a
Rose,
question.
what do you think?
Yeah, Rose, chime in.
I'm super excited to vote for you, Kamala Harris.
It's not Kamala. That's not her. It's an imposter.
Paulie Shore is the
I feel like Chad now. I have to break in and be like, this isn't the truth.
Yeah, that'd be great, Chad. Chad just is like the podcast police now. He just comes in and be like, this is factually incorrect. And he leaves.
You just see comments from Chad Zumach. This is not Trump or Harris. Everyone beware.
Chad just gives like a Rotten Tomatoes type score in the chat. That'd be great.
They're lying. But do you get what I'm saying about the parody element? It's like if you're
not
no, hey,
anything.
you're just like, hey, Trump says inappropriate stuff, and Kamala is a real politician. It's like, no, we know. We could just watch real them.
Her fake laugh is not going to carry Paulie through a great episode.
No, like the girl does a decent Kamala laugh. That is not an hour of content. I've got bad news for you, Paulie.
No, it is not.
This was brutal. It's interesting that you could argue the greatest podcast of the year, the comedy event of the year, and the worst thing to happen to comedy. Both have the same premise. It's really interesting that worked out like that.
Well, someone like we said, someone was like,
the equivalent is like Tony would have won an Oscar this year for that episode, and this would win a Razzie.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's the exact same idea, just executed terribly.
This is a perfect example of what we were talking about. This next one is just called Too Serious.
No, it's good. Paulie, if I have a little advice, it's good to have two impressionists on and treat it like a real interview.
Yeah, because on Kill Tony, Shane did it at one point. He said like one line, it wasn't a joke, and he was like, I'm winning in Michigan or whatever the fuck. And he was like, I'm getting way too into character.
Right. but this would be if Tony was like, well, how do you actually respond to what's going on at the border?
Right.
And they're like, they make a joke about it, and Tony's like, well, but seriously, though. It's like, okay, what are we doing here?
By the way, they love me in India, folks. They love me in India.
I don't think that's true.
That is true. I was with Modi in the cricket stadium. They love cricket, so they built a stadium just for crickets. And 100,000 people. It smelled like curry and BO, but they love me. They absolutely love me.
Do you believe he keeps talking when this is her turn?
It's my turn.
Yeah, he needs to shut the fuck up.
It's amazing how much someone can.
No. You don't want him to shut the fuck up. The point is, the Trump guy is supposed to be funny.
And he's at least trying to make jokes. I will say his Trump impression is getting better now that he's not like saying canned Shane Gillis lines.
I get it's not great, but I get who he's doing at least.
Right.
But like, hey, he needs to shut the fuck up. No. The point of having him on was to say ridiculous Trump type shit.
Right.
You don't tell the guest impersonator to stop talking.
Hey, shut up.
The only point of this episode is them talking. Literally no one else added anything. Yeah, he really needs to watch what he says. That's the character.
Don't worry, Mike. I know what you're thinking. This is going to end strong.
I hope so.
No, this is how it ends.
So the only reason I'm not making you sit through
the whole thing.
I
saw how long it was.
Yeah, the entire 4 minutes. I would gladly make you all sit through this because I had to. I just don't. I think we'll get taken down for the music.
Oh, maybe.
But hey, Paulie joins the band. And he says, guys, this nation needs healing. I'm going to tell you because we're not going to listen to the whole song. There are no lyrics changed or added. This is, again, not a parody song. This is how, maybe there's a joke that I'm missing, I guess. But Paulie Shore ends his show like this.
Imagine there's no heaven.
This is not a joke.
It's easy if you tried. No hell below us. Above us.
I'm sitting there watching this stunned. There's not a moment where he breaks character and laughs at himself. He doesn't change the lyrics to make it a parody. He literally sings Imagine to end this show about the presidential race.
God, everybody at home, come on, everybody. Imagine all the people.
Like he tries to have this like poignant moment at the end of the podcast. Why did he do this? He's the weasel. He's not supposed to provide thought-provoking, like, imagine if there was no heaven.
It's the weasel.
I'm trying to think. Imagine there's no religion. It's easy if you try.
Huh.
Like we're all sitting at home thinking, that's interesting.
I never thought about it like that.
Boy, I guess John Lennon did get it right. What a tremendous jackass.
Oh,
and I swear to you, go watch the ending. It's worth it for that, to see this utter shit show ripping off Kill Tony. And then it ends with him singing, I guess, to bring the nation together or something. It's bizarre.
It is bizarre.
Yeah, so it was, I felt that needed exposing. I actually, because, like I said, ELECTRA introduced this to me on Catch 22. So for a while I was like, oh, we should feature Paulie Shore's podcast at some point. And I just happened to click on it this week. And I was like, oh boy. I guess I caught him at the right time.
Go to blindmike.net for everything Blind Mike. Look at me. I did it. Kragers did it.